Hello. Obviously, I moved the camera a little bit too, so I'm glad to be rid of that lipstick. It was not that great. Okay. So to continue the last video, just as they are with the physically ill, they are against the mentally ill and even the handicapped. They also treat these people terribly, demanding stuff from them that they are just not capable of. And I'm sorry if I end up going off my own script here, but I'm glad I do because there's so much information to impart and everything. And it's just ugh. Okay. So they are also against anyone who protests or even tries to stand up to authorities. And that is one I never managed to get into the other video either. So they're totally against anyone who protests or tries to stand up to any authority figure at all. They are always for authority. Always, always, always. They are always for authority. Even if they don't shout about it, they always defend decisions of those who are in authority, no matter how crappy those decisions are. And so thankfully I said that in one of the last videos too. So that's good. I hope that you can hear me. I moved the camera a little bit further away. I don't know if I mentioned that, but anyway. So they, and I'm going to use the R word here, they do not, so just warning. Okay, here it comes. They do not believe in rape, and no matter the age, status, sex, etc. of the victim, they will always blame the victim. They will always, always, always blame the victim. If someone is kidnapped, if they are beaten, if it is a gang rape, they are always on the side of the rapist. Always, 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 always. Across the board. This is just like they're always against victims. They're always against women's rights. They're always against workers' rights. They're always against workers. They're always against unions. They're always against the jobless. They're always against the homeless. They're always against the poor. And they are always against the rape victims, those who have been raped. It's just the way it is with them. It is like a coding glitch. It is literally like they are a computer. It's literally like they're a simple computer system that has been set up like this. And they're able to go outside those programming parameters. They will never, 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 never be on the side of those who are raped. They will never, 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 never be on the side of those who are homeless. They will, in always one way or another, they will make sure to make the person who is raped out to be the bad guy, the guilty party, the one who should be punished, and the one who is the rapist as the good guy, the one who should be praised, the one who should be pitied and not seen as guilty. No matter who it is, they might make some slight exceptions in the case of, gay people and whatnot, but more often than not, doesn't matter, they will always, always, always blame the victim. Straight, gay, bi, transgender, doesn't matter. They will always blame the victim. And that is how you know you're dealing with a vril, a reptile, a non-player character, someone from the 1%, someone who is in the club. It's a big club and you're not part of it. It is a huge club, massive, and you are not part of it. And it doesn't matter if they're the person standing right next to you. It doesn't matter if, as far as you know, they're in the same financial category and social category, social standing as you are. If they are against the person who's been raped, then guess who and what you're talking to. Guess who and what you're dealing with. If they are against the homeless person, then guess who and what you're talking to. Guess who and what you're dealing with. Not an entity that is human. You're dealing with a non-player character. You're dealing with a non-human entity. Period. Point blank. And you can't say that, well, it could be possible that it's a human who's just been brainwashed by religion. No, 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 no. Do not give them that benefit of the doubt. Never, never, never. Because when push comes to shove, they will be against the homeless person. When push comes to shove, they will be against workers' rights. When push comes to shove, they will be against the person who's been raped. You figure that the floor would be that they would at least be for the person who's been raped, but no. They will always, always, always be against the person who's been raped. They will always twist and turn and try to make it look, they will always also, this is another one, they will always also, now, they used to be in the 50s and the 40s for the people who were kidnapped. Now they've come more out of the closet and they are against the person who's been kidnapped, more than likely because they're the ones doing the kidnapping. So they're on the kidnapper's side. They will always, always, always try to make it look like the person who's been kidnapped orchestrated their own kidnapping. They did it for money. They did it for attention. They did it for this and that. Kind of like how they always incorrectly blame the spouse for, their wife dying, their husband dying, or whatever. The problem is that they know exactly who and what killed the husband, the spouse, the wife, the married, the other person in the married couple. They always know who did it. And they're covering who did it. And they're covering with the fastest and easiest person to blame. The other person, the other person in the married couple. Because they know that, society will eat that up and accept that. That's the problem. They know that society will accept that. The only other option that they ever do is they go out and they grab a bystander, someone who had absolutely nothing to do with it at all whatsoever, which is why they're against the homeless. They like using the homeless and just grabbing someone and saying, oh, you did it. When that person, they were literally walking by and had nothing to do with whatever the hell was going on. They will grab some absolute nobody who had nothing to do with it, and they'll say, oh, they did it. Literally. A lot of times, that happens a lot when it comes to these bombings and whatnot. They just grab someone and say, oh, they did it. They did it. Instead of, because a lot of times these are, friendly fire. They call it, I think it's been called white flag operations. And they will actually, these sickos actually blow stuff up. And then they go and they grab anyone that they can and blame it on them. So the majority of people who are in jail are literally victims of these sickos. That's the terrible thing. That is what is so horrible. So, but now, and I should probably do this for the next video, because the next video, I'm going to go into what are they for? So this is all the people, literally, it's just people, who are they against? They're against actual human beings. They're against actual human beings. Plain and as simple as that. And the majority of who are actually human beings, they're the poor. They're the workers. They're the everyday workers. They're the people who don't get promotions, who don't get raises. They are the jobless. They are the homeless. Those are actual human beings. They're the jobless. They're the homeless. They're the people who are absolutely addicted to drugs and cannot get off them. They're the ones who are being beaten up and being victimized, who are being treated horribly. Those are the humans. Those are the human beings. And the ones who are the vril, the ones who are the evil in this world, they're the ones who are blaming the human beings for not getting that promotion, being poor, being homeless, being jobless, being an addict. Literally, they're the ones who are blaming, the beaten wives for being beaten. So I gotta cut it for the next video.